And then good afternoon, everybody, and welcome aboard here for some good old classic Uno. Could be a gargantuan matchup between the number one seed of Andreas Allen and the number five seed of KT. We are in a great finale matchup here, finally meeting the landing point. This could be a very great matchup indeed here. Your best of 11. You got two power plays up for disposal here, but man, this could be a crazy matchup in the making here. I'm DJ Curtis. Alongside me, I got Tapir here. Great dude. We already know bro's got an elite ball knowledge here. Let's actually take a look at the preview stuff. I know it's gonna be a little bit more straightforward here. But here's the preview coming in here, right? So if we look at the series overall, right? KT leads it 3-0, a 12 over 2 record all time. So we know KT's got a bit of a grasp. Things could change this match, though. Fortunes can change, but Andreas Allen only had to deal with the round of 32 to begin things off. KT, on the other hand, had to start things off with the round of 64. In terms of Andreas Allen's side, though, he defeats BC from 4 to 3. Andy with a disqualification seal 16. The approach 8 had him beat Acosta 5-2. And a final four matchup with Mark, a 6-5. Pretty good track record to have. Obviously, there's that disqualification match that did make things a lot easier, made him have a little bit of a bye week as well. So he basically had two bye weeks if you really want to go that far. Not having to do a round of 64 and essentially not having to do a round of 16 though. But he has been on a pretty good streak in general. So we'll ask that a little bit later. But in terms of KT's fortunes, right? Um, it's been adventures. I've been watching him play. I've been streaming a lot of his games this tournament, really in general, and they have been very cinematic. I think that itself would serve as an understatement here. Round of 64, beat Ed 4-1, beat Art 4-3 in the round of 32, in the tarmac 32, the ceiling 16. He beat Nick 5-4, and that was a absolute barn burner. That was G-Man had a pretty good grasp. It started off a little bit rocky, but beat him off with a 5-3 here against the two seed, and then beat Luke 6-3 in a pretty convincing fashion. A lot of close games for KT, and even he himself has thought, well, this hasn't really been my best Uno, and yet here we are, already in the final, just like that, with the snap of a finger. He's already in the finals here. Um, I suppose I should ask a couple questions because, again, that's never been my strongest suit. But I'll ask KT first because he's in our VC right now. Alan, you can wait a little bit. Don't worry. I will ask you a question. I will not leave you out. But according to the profile, right, KT, this is your third finale again after winning against Luke. And there's along the line, obviously, because you're looking to try and secure 4 wins on any given opponent. And obviously, you're also going for your third tournament win. Now, what would it feel like to get that third tournament win and also just get a fourth win on anybody in general?
It will not be easy. Listen, this guy, the first three times I played him, first time he didn't know the rules, second time was T5 last year, where whatever at that rate, right? Playoffs were pretty much not even on anyone's mind. I was pretty much locked in, and he was nowhere to be found. Then the third game this year, I don't even know what that was. It was after a DQL he had. The guy's won 10 in a row. Allen is going to be an absolute beast today. And then as far as myself, man, I think back to when I won my first tournament, who I had to beat. Completely different ballgame. I was a world champion. Ashley was such a beast of an opponent, was always on the money, never faltered, and I pretty much had to play perfect. Against Stack in Super League, okay, that's another one of those guys I've 3-0'd in my lifetime against them. And a lot of people have been saying, I've been seeing some of the comments saying this is going to be another KT, shoe in here. I just don't see it. I think today is going to be a battle of just adaptability and metronomic style. Because the way I play is very metronomic. Alan plays, from what I can tell and study, all over the board. I'm looking forward to this, man. I've never lost a finale. I don't want to lose a finale, especially considering that a lot of people had said, this was my pressure tournament. I really hadn't been close to Super League all season. Now, at this rate, the way I see it, I'm pretty much locked in. So, what is there to lose? You go for broke, you go for absolutely everything here today. There's no saving. I know this could be a potential Super League preview match potentially. We saw that with Alan and Mark. We saw that with Nick and myself this run. Maybe G myself. I played a lot of Super League, played pro hard. This has been a great run, but if I can get the job done today, it's only fitting because the resumes say he's got 5 quad 1 wins, I believe, or something. I've got 5, or I'm looking for my 5th, I believe, is what we're looking at right here. So this is the best of the best on the season. I'm ready, man, and don't forget to Pier's thoughts as well for sure.
Oh, of course. I will get to that in a bit. I will ask Alan a question, right? So obviously KT just mentioned that 10 win streak though. And that's a pretty darn good streak to have, man. Like I think a lot of us players that have played this game for a while would love to have a streak like that. Do you ever think about that every so often? Like, oh man, I'm on a real good tear. Like I might be on top of the world here. Do you ever think about that streak from time, especially in like matchups like this? Because my goodness, you do have a crazy, crazy good track record regarding that. And I will to Pierre, I will let you actually I will let you read that if you're cool with that. And I would love to hear your thoughts coming into this matchup.
Absolutely, yep. While we wait for Alan there to type out his comment, I'll just say this, right? Alan, he's on an absolute heater this tournament. He is not, he's on so much momentum right now. He is going to look to continue that. There's going to be nothing in his way that is going to hinder his victory today. For KT, right, look at the resume. He's faced so many great opponents. He's been around the block. He knows the playbook, you know, cover to cover. These guys know each other. You know each other's playbooks. They are going to be at each other's throats the entire tournament. I don't think this is going to be a game of easy plan A, um, just smooth sailing, right? There is going to be a lot of turbulence here on the plane. We're going to have to buckle our seatbelts. Even though we can see the runway, it's going to be, I think, a very slow descent, right, as we go into the later stages of the match, the game 9, game 10, game 11. It's going to be very, very interesting. As we get Alan's comment here right off the press, he says, I'm ready, man. 10 wins in a row is amazing. There's a lot to play for. KT said it best, never played him on this version of me. I ain't the same player that I was years ago. I'm so excited, and I know this is going to be another challenge I'm going to look forward to. So, yeah, absolutely. I think we're all ready to get this one underway. I think this will be a real fun one to witness for both the players and staffs ourselves and also the fans at home. So, really excited to get this one underway. And back to you, DJ.
Yeah, I should ask you another one, right? So the CPU does have KT winning. It says 66% chance to win. KT with 6, Allen with 4. So obviously being basically ending in a game of 10. Do you agree with that CPU at all? Because I feel like this will be probably maybe all the way down to the wire to game 11.
There's no way. I think the CPU is tripping. This is going to go 11, 10 out of 10 times, I think. You got to look at, Allen's just, let's see, should I pick the right word? His, mm, choose my words very carefully, his stamina, right? And his desire to go all the way, never gives up. And he's one to take things all the way down to the line, down to the wire. So this is going to go 11. KT, same way, right? He's going to do anything to try and get the job done. So, yeah, I think this is going 11 either way. I would put KT at the slight favorite here just because of how much history the man has, but never, ever, never, ever count Allen out of this tournament. We're gonna see who takes the W, who takes the L today, and it's gonna be a great matchup.
Oh, it will be indeed here. Indeed, it is a best out of 11 power play at 2, so make note that we've seen players use their power plays relatively early, and we've seen some just kind of hold on to it, though. It's just a matter of timing, whether you use it offensively or defensively. That's gonna be the real mystery for all of us observers here tonight. I think we're ready to get game 1 underway here. It's just a matter of who will stick the landing in this series.
Absolutely. Here we go with game one. It's going to be Alan taking 6 cards. He's going to go down to the depths here as we start game one. He's going to pick 6. Here comes our starting card for game one. Let's see what we show up with. It's going to be the green one to start Alan off.
And not an action card though, so that's already good. So we already know there's still going to be a lot of action cards within the toolbox that could be utilized. But the real question will be is what will the card gods give each of these players?
It's going to be Alan starting off with the green 9 here. It's going to go over to KT now. He's going to draw. Very interesting. Doesn't seem to have any green here. As we flip over back to Alan, he's going to take a big lead here. No, he's going to draw also.
Yeah, just going to be maybe potentially a mini draw city here, quick draw city early on here, especially with a low card count. I think that's what we might expect here to appear because right now running, oh, well, green 6, so we might see a change maybe in color potentially. We'll have to wait and see. KT will continue to draw.
Going to extend that lead quite a bit now. Alan down to 5 with PA. He's going to draw, though. I think it's safe to say both these guys are just pretty much juiced on green at this point, unless we see some sort of major ammo run to connect to a different color. But I'd
Yeah,
say it's
there's
safe
a
to say with those
possibility.
numbers out.
There is a possibility with that, but I think right now they're going to keep it cool. Obviously, it's only game 1, so you still got, I mean, a crud load of other games to go, right? So no need to get in a real particular rush, though. You know, big thing, right, with Uno is pacing. What do you expect pacing wise between these two? Like, because it seems like they're at a pretty like smooth, like medium pace. It's not like as fast as other players, or maybe not as slow as others either.
Right, right. It's going to be very patient. We say all the time, you cannot rush a win. Here, as we see KT going over to yellow, second color in this game. You can't rush a win, right? Because if you just spam +4s and +2s over and over, guess what? Now you've given your opponent a whole bunch of ammo to use back at you, as we see Alan with 0 sugar. So you can't rush a win. You've got to be patient. You've got to know when is the right time to strike. KT striking there with a double play here as we go into the yellow one.
Yeah, no, I mean you're absolutely right. You know, patient game here, ammunition manipulation, trying to be as disciplined as you can. Color switch over to blue here to Pierce. So I'm intrigued to see what they're gonna do here. Who's gonna get stalled out on what color? What isolation's gonna play a factor in as well? But KT has a blue 7 to answer that.
And it looks like they're kind of okay with this right now. Alan getting right into the red zone here, 4 cards. KT caught up now with 5, so he's slightly on Alan's tail. We'll have to see what Alan
Oh,
plays
he had a
here.
+4 there. Look at that.
Ooh, look at that.
Switch over to
So
red.
he's going to open up Pandora's. Open up Pandora's for this game.
KT's does he have anything though? Red 1. Allen sits with 2 cards left. Could be a
Is this maybe a
well.
split ammo finish?
No, it is not. He has a red 5.
Just
So
a
an
check.
Uno. So this is a check. Do you switch the color? Do you switch the color? Do you have anything to play on defense? That's another thing.
There it is.
Got a
Blue
wild.
wild from KT.
Real
There it
question
is.
then here,
See if
litmus
that
test.
stops Alan.
Litmus test. Oh, it didn't even matter.
Oh,
Wow.
wrong
Wrong
color.
color. Oh, just a bad
Oh,
guess.
man.
So let's look back here, right? So did he switch? So he switched over. So right, KT, we were at blue, right? So Alan initiated the switch over to blue from a yellow to blue, right? To blue 1. And then he went over to red because he needed to get it looked like he needed to get rid of the 0 and the 5. And then it's just all it took was just guessing the color. So I think it was just kind of psyched KT out here, looked like to Pierre, because he switched over from blue. So instinctively you would think, right? He probably doesn't have any blue left, right? Little did we know,
Yeah,
he
you'd
did.
think so. Yep.
So that's
Nice
just some
fade there
great
from Alan
mind
there on the
games.
blue.
Yeah, really good mind games there. I'll ask KT. I'll ask KT, right? I think I would assume basically you kind of thought what I was thinking, right? You probably thought he had no blues left, and it just chose the wrong color at the end of the day, though. I guess that's really the only thing I could really think about out of that, KT. Is that what you thought? Were you thinking too?
This seems typing. It's funny because I think he got burned on that, particularly in his match. Allen, like I said, man, he's just so good with the finishing on weird cards. He loves finishing. There you go. There you go. He loves to do this. He likes to finish on just skips and zeros and reverse. That's a fair play. All I had was one action card. That was the wild. So I'm not going to go home with it, right? You got to try some. It's a best of 11. We got a long way to go. All number series. And yeah, God, probably didn't want to see this one. But nah, it's all good. You know what though? Look, he's got to make that move. I have nothing but for respect for that move because now I know, okay, I can use that in my playbook. I gotta watch out for those one just weird off cards, like a reverse skip or a zero or you know a +2 finish. It's weird. It's just one card, so I have to balance it out. And that game was also strange because I think the zero sugars was also just kind of winding down. I think we used two of the zero sugars, so I really didn't have much of an option. No double numbers. It was all single files. So all good there. Like I said, I think this is probably going to be his move though. Probably going to go low, and I'll have to try to adjust to it because that's what I listen. That's what I did against Nick. That's what I did against G. We'll hopefully get it back to my homestand down the road, and maybe we could flip the tie. But it's early. I gotta steal one though because you don't want to lose three in a row on low stuff. It's not easy to come back from. So that's what I'm kind of. It's kind of what I'm thinking Allen's going to do, and it's a smart move from him.
Yeah, and that's honestly fair. And I'll ask Alan, so I figure I'll ask a couple questions really. So what's your logic behind, let's say, a low card start? Like, are you just that confident in doing low cards? Is it something you're just super confident in? And obviously, I think the skip. What's your logic behind also using that skip? I think I figured I answered it already, but I figured like why hold on to a skip? Like why hold on to that? It's like, did you know that KT was probably going to switch back just in hopes of isolation? That's another thing I could probably. I guess that's a question to the other question. So,
I think to consider too, it could just
oh,
be on these more cards than dangerous zone too. It's gotta wonder.
yep. We gotta let Alan articulate his thoughts there. But it's such a great game one to see the kind of the mind games here to Peter, right, with that fade. Oh, it's so filthy to see someone do that though.
Oh, absolutely. And this just shows these guys are just so good at games. They've got the playbook, right? They know what's coming. This is what's a great matchup for the fans. It's two veterans who have been around the block. They know how to get things done. This is why it's going to be a great game.
Yeah, the skip is more just to see if someone bites for it, and as for the low cards, I've experienced it just something I like really, and that's what I think. It's the nice part. If you ever experiment and then you kind of find the sweet spot that's good for you, well, you might as well just stick to it. The classic, if it ain't broke, don't fix it phrase, right? So, I think we are ready for some game two action here. Crazy game one with a fade play. Let's see what game two has to offer for us.
It's going to be Alan selecting 10 now for game two.
Oh. I think you got a little bit of lag. I think the internet's trying to take
There you
over your
are.
thing, but a lower card count. So let's let's drop it down a number, right, to 5. So you know what? You know how crazy the beats here, right? If we get like a crazy god tier hand, like just lasts like 3 seconds. I doubt that will happen. But could you imagine the scenes if that were the case?
It would be something. It would be something to behold. Impossible, or improbable, but not impossible. Here, as we see Alan take it. For KT, that would spell quite a bit of problems, right? Because for the first two games, we talk all the time. You would much rather be 1-1 than 2-0. And so for Alan, he's going to ditto off the start. He's going to play that background 8. It's going to be KT now for the response.
Yeah, you just gotta see. Oh, here's a blue 8 to follow on suit. So crazy 8s to kick things off here. Swimming in the water now. Let's see if Alan's got a blue card to follow on with that. He actually has a yellow, another 8. So yeah, the 8s continue to go
Quad 8s to
absolutely
start off.
whimsical. And he has to draw at this yellow 8. So this is going to be interesting to see what Alan's got left at his deck. But I switch over to yellow. He might have another yellow in there. And there it is. He's got 2 cards left just like that. KT, I don't know if he's got anything at the moment, but oh boy. A yellow
This
9.
might just be plan
A
A right
ditto.
here. Alan dittoing again.
Wow. And he's got another. I don't think KT's got anything. Unless this is this the finisher?
KT out.
Oh, there's no way.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. I really don't think there's really nothing you could really say off of that. I mean, color switches, I mean, you can't, with a deck like that, initial hand like that, I really don't know if there's anything, unless maybe he had a different colored 8. But I mean, even so, Alan just had 8s to follow with that too. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't, because KT definitely didn't have
Yeah.
action cards, right? We would have known.
Yeah.
We definitely would have
Yeah,
seen it. So, go ahead.
DJ, no shot I could have won that game, man. I had everything blue 8, and then the rest were green. We never got the green. I
Yeah.
couldn't do anything.
Oh my
I had
Yeah.
chances.
I really think it's
I had
one
a
of
0.
those. Go ahead.
I had a 0, 1, 2, 3 in green, and a +2, but we never got there. And I think the last draw after that yellow 3 was a +4. It came too late.
It came too late.
Not that good though.
Yeah.
But like I said, listen,
There you go.
he's gonna do this, and I understand why, because when you got a player like me in the finale, you got to put something going. And I did the same thing against Nick. I can't really be upset about this. I did the same thing. I wasn't getting the luck early against him, and I went low. Now this is a little different though, because he's used some of his good stuff up at those 6 and 5. So I know what I have to do moving forward when we get to the game 4. But yeah, so far he's doing what we can, and shoot, I haven't really played any action cards. In fact, he really hasn't played any. It's been really low ammo, so it's hard to really get a read for sure. It's been one of the strange series to begin with, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't. I honestly, to be, I really don't have much to say about this. This is kind of just a straightforward Plan A game. Nothing went really right for KET because again, he noted no action cards right, and everything just went smooth sailing for Allen in this second game. Literally shortest game, right? I mean, it's only 2 games, but you get the point. Literally a minute and a half.
Probably the only thing I'd contribute outside of what hasn't been said is we heard KT say he's got a green 0, 1, 2, or 3, and just take a look. If Alan plays that yellow 3 first before the yellow 9s, KT switches to green, and now it's very quite possible that KT runs the whole thing. So it's just essentially a bad beat. We all know I play poker a lot, and bad beats are common, right? It's nothing you can really control. It's just about the luck of the cards, and so you just have to take the good with the bad. And so it really is interesting how the order of the cards too, right? It's not just about the ammo. The order of the cards is a very, very important part of the game of Uno.
Yeah, that's indeed right. And that's a good observation and note, though. It's all hindsight, right, at the end of the day. But yeah, maybe that number can make a slight difference there. Just having that number synergy to maybe stall a run or anything. But it went according to plan for Allen here. But here we go, game 3 though, just like that in a heartbeat. First 2 games already off to a flash, but low card counts have been working out. He'll go up 1. He'll go up actually 2, excuse me. Go up to 7. He's lucked out in the 6 and the 5. Could he luck out on 7 here? Let's see.
Get started with that OG start here. And start blue skip. I think that's our first ammo start of series.
Yeah, that is indeed. Starting off with the skip. See what Allen's got. 7 cards. Just kick things off. Been really good with this low card count so far. It's catered to Allen's strengths. Mention's been low ammunition. Obviously, that should change within the next few couple games, right? But a blue skip, though, what do you do here? Do you follow it with another skip? Do you go switch the color early on as well? Do you have a skip? He will go for a wild actually to start it off with a red. Now,
Ooh,
that makes you think, does he have a lot
that
of
is
red?
super aggressive.
KT draws.
KT just not getting the answers here.
Red 2. So, real question will be how much in quantity? Like, what's the quantity of red cards does Alan have? Boss Man will go over to green with a green
Well,
2. Let's see if Alan. I'm pretty
it
sure
may
Alan would
not
have a
matter what
green.
Alan has in red here.
Yeah, because that switch over to green that will spice it up a little bit. But he's typing a little while here. Just a two punch combo. Draws again.
That's not good for KT. He might be too, or if you take it at face value.
Though Alan
Well,
draws though, you
Alan's
could start a draw
getting
city here. Could create a draw city here potentially, Spear, right? Could that be the case?
very well be possible.
But he's got a wild. I wonder if that's a top deck.
KT, that's what you want. Oh,
I wonder if that's a top
okay.
deck. That's the real
He
thing.
just didn't want green either.
Alan draws at the blue. Could be a little bit of trickery, though. You could argue that he could have some blue, maybe playing a little bit of trickery. But we've seen Alan, that fade from early on. But here we go. A reverse, a blue reverse. And a blue 4.
Triple play.
So he meant to, I think he typed the reverse twice, but he can only do one. He only had one. So that's something to have a little bit of a light bulb, right? But he's got a blue 4, yellow 4 over. Alan's got a number to answer that. So over to yellow. Make note though, Alan did switch to red way at the beginning with that wild red. So eventually he's going to probably want to gravitate towards that at some point. I feel a lot of times KT is trying to play as the chaser, like as the cat, and Alan's basically the mouse in this so far. But they're rolling with the numbers here in the yellow at the moment.
We're letting it down to the zero sugar. KT's out.
Living up to the
Alan,
number.
chance to take this one home. 2
Oh,
cards.
power play. Here we
He's got
go.
power
Got to
play
finish her.
early.
2 cards left. He's got a finisher. Probably has a number, obviously, or something of the sort. Basically, it doesn't ensue like a +2 or a +4. But he will use his first power play here. That's one drain down. Yellow 4 has to make sure that he doesn't get called out. And that will do it. Already 3-0 against the Boss Man here. Huge, huge, huge. What a momentum start so far for Alan, though. You still never know. Anything can happen within a heartbeat, but this has been a very quick set of games so far here to Pier. I don't know what, because I'm interested in that red switch over, so I'm wondering. So it didn't look like he had a lot of red, so I was wrong on the amount of red he had. It looked like he just didn't have that much to begin with, so he's probably trying to get rid of him early on. And then, yeah, I guess I could ask Alan that question. So I would assume, obviously, you just had that red wild and red 2, and then just like from there, you just kind of went with the flow with the colors, which is that just your plan A look like? There was a couple draws too, but I think most of it though was like, oh, I gotta get rid of this red, and then from there we'll just see what KT's got, and then I'll just kind of just follow in tow. Had no blue, got real lucky with
I mean,
that
KT
4.
basically.
Go ahead.
Yep. That's what I thought. See, it was essentially plan A, right? KT smelled it right. By playing the wild, Alan just didn't have blue, and so Alan just fast played red into the wild, and got that switch down. He just trying to draw city as much as he can. That the flu really did in for KT there, as Alan was able to switch and just run down the yellow. So once again, another case of just a bad number. And I don't know, KT, did you have any red there that you maybe could have played if it wasn't for that switch? Maybe you could have taken a different direction, you think?
Red skip draw. I just don't. I don't think
Yeah,
so.
way up there.
Not a good move on turn 1. If I actually woulda you know what? If I
Yeah,
woulda had to
no.
start, that blue skip was looking good. I coulda maybe did some magic, but you can't red skip draw. He's too good. And I made the right read, right? That blue wild, ultimately, he didn't have anything, but then I played a 4 and he
Indeed, indeed.
Just the
so,
wrong
yeah,
number.
listen, it's the wrong number, and unfortunately, I've just been having not much, but at the end of the day, the only saving grace, if there is one saving grace, is, yeah, you lost his power play, but it's CSR. You can't use that anymore. So we know where we're headed now, but I've never seen 3 straight games where we've played. I feel the bot has played more action cards off the start than us playing a single +2 or a skip reverse. It's been very, very low ammo. It's
True.
it's been very low, so we'll see what happens when we turn up the heat. We're gonna have to turn it up. We're gonna have to dial up the heat a little bit, no doubt.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
we're
Gotta
gonna
up
do
it.
that now as KT starts the next one. But DJ, I just wanted to quickly draw attention to the fact that we have not had a single +2 played. So once again, drawing to KT's point, very, very low on the ammo. Typically, we'd see some sort of, cards given to the opponent, but right now, it's come from is draw. So we're gonna have to see what unfolds here as we go into game 4.
Oh, for sure. I mean, yeah, it is so whimsical to see just a scarce amount of ammunition being played. Yeah, we've had Wilds probably played the most, and reverses. We've had, let's see, Allen played one reverse, KT two. Same with the Wilds, actually, funny enough. But here we go. 14 cards, so we're gonna be a much higher card count here to peer. So this should spice things up because I would assess that there should at least be some kind of ammunition, you would hope, unless, again, your cards are terrible, but you would hope there'd be some kind of ammunition. So I think we would expect maybe a couple 1-2 punches, couple jabs, maybe a trips play, and we'll just, we'll see. We'll just wait and see, man.
Well, last I checked, the odds do seem to agree. So either that or we just shatter the laws of time and space right here, right now. But here we go into the green, and it's going to be KT taking the aggressive switch. Allen responding with a red now. Could we see potential
Back
Skittles?
over to
No,
green.
but we'll see back to green. Trip threes. Trip threes to start us off now for game 4.
Oh my goodness, how about that? Another color switch over to yellow. Very aggressive early on here, to be. I wonder what's the logic behind this. I guess you just know you can do so much with those numbers, and then you might as well just kind of cater to what you've got, maybe the most of your deck. Or I wonder why you do all these color switches so early on. What's the mindset behind that?
I think you just want to shake up your opponent, right? Because let's take a look here. Both Allen and KT wanted green. Both Allen and KT wanted yellow. KT going back to yellow. I think right now it's just both players just not really knowing what the hell the other player wants, and they just want to get some sort of leg up on the competition. It's going to be Allen with a zero sugar here, KT with a response. But yeah, I really think it's just trying to maybe get the opponent a little frazzled and
Yeah,
see where we go from there.
I could see that. I could see the vision in that. Right, you want to get them a bit confused. The mind games at its best. Also want to see what they've got color wise, though. Obviously, you probably would think they've all got all colors of the rainbow essentially in this Uno deck. Here's a trips play here to peer. So interesting to see. Two reverses from a green over to a red, and then a red 9 here. Will Allen have a number to follow through? He does have a red 2, though, so he does have some red.
Seems to be comfortable on that. KT now with the lead here. Look, DJ, it's my card.
It is your card.
A red 4 here.
Do
Red
you
4 to
believe in the
start
heart of the
off
cards
here.
here to peer? Do you believe in the heart of the cards?
I absolutely do. I
Absolutely.
absolutely do.
As you
They
should.
have a mind of their own sometimes. Absolutely. Here we go now with the blue 5. Starting off this stretch of blue here. Let's see what Allen has as a response.
A duet of
Double play
cards, yeah.
here looks like. A blue 4 now. Down by 1. KT is still in the lead here, along with the possession arrow. getting a little closer to that red zone.
Whoa. Here's
There
the
is
plus
that quad
twos.
play.
And that's it. I
Yeah,
mean, that pretty much does it. Those are those plus twos you allude to, right? We had none to begin with, and now here we are. We got two just like that. Just crazy ammunition plays at the end. Obviously, more than likely store all that up, right, from the hand. But there, like we noted, right, you would think with a big card count like that, you're going to have some ammunition in. Well, great ammo control from KT there. That will make it a 3-1 right now. So just what the doctor ordered here. I wonder, I don't know if maybe if Andreas
absolutely.
Allen could have done anything different. I don't know. He had a +4 though, so I think that might have answered it. So it's just a matter of who got there first, looks like to Pierre. And yeah, I mean, Allen had a +4 to wrap things up there, but KT just had a little more extra to his arsenal.
Yeah, it just looked like plan A there through and through, right? KT didn't even draw a single time. So those high starts, you've got to take into account the plan A aspect and a little bit of that A factor and see where that goes. So good one for KT. Got himself finally on the board. 3 minutes 3 seconds. I think it lines up quite well with that flurry of threes in the beginning, right, DJ? I think we're seeing a little bit of a theme here
Yeah,
as we
very
start
poetic.
off next game.
Very poetic.
Very
You know
poetic.
what's funny, right? Game 3, 3 minutes 33 seconds. Game 4, 3 minutes 3 seconds. So all swimming in the threes.
There you are.
Right there, each game, if you want to go conspiracy theory, right? In terms of duration, you'll see each of them has at least a digit 3 in it. So who would have thunk, right? So,
There you are.
but yeah,
Conspiracy theorists.
yeah. I don't think we've got much to ask because this one was a plan A. I feel it's pretty straight. I don't know. Maybe you could argue maybe a few color changes, the early color changes, but I think other than that, like it kind of the game kind of said for it's kind of spoke for itself, really.
It did. And then, like we said, KT didn't draw a single time. So eventually, you would think those plus twos are going to come out. Whether or not it's at the end of the game or just somewhere in the middle to give Allen some more cards, eventually he's going to play them. There's no way he's going to let those just go by the wayside.
For sure. Well, KT didn't hasn't let the game run away from him just yet, but we've got G5, we got game 5 here in the makings. Allen's won the first 3, KT trying to climb back here, winning game 4. He will go to 12 cards this time around. Let's see what our first card will spawn here for this 5th game here. Still with 2 power plays for KT to Allen's 1. A lot left in the toolbox.
This for sure. We're going to start off with the red. Again, immediate switch to green.
Definitely going on the
Definitely
aggro side.
not letting our foot off the gas here as we get this game underway. Let's see what Allen's got in response. Quick little 1-2 punch there. Green reverse, green 3.
Slicing and dicing in
See
the
what
greens right
KT's got
now.
now.
They've got money. They've got some good money here. Green 6. Allen draws, though. Interesting.
Little
A draw here at a
self-ditto.
green
Does that set up
6.
a color switch? Do we see a color switch here?
You stick with green. You gotta see if Allen draws again,
Don't.
then he likely doesn't have any green or that particular number. But he does have a number though in this case, so it will go over to blue. They'll be getting themselves hydrated here with some good old fashioned water. KT will drop it down 1 to a 4.
A little bit of H2O for both sides. A little bit for in the corner now. Take it high tier now with the blue 9.
And KT's got a number, yellow 9. The bot's taking a little bit of time here, but a yellow 9 here. Back over to another color switch to Pierre. So let's see what Allen. I would figure they've got numbers to answer this. I would think they might avoid green for maybe a little bit, as it seems. Allen will play it cool with the yellow 1.
And I think with 12 cards, right, you would think, have some sort of inkling that you'd have something in all 4 colors, right? So I don't think we're going to be hopping out of yellow just yet. Could be
Oh,
a little
look at
bit.
this.
Oh, here we go.
Oh my
Hold that
goodness.
thought.
This is a good
That's
quad
going to be a
play. Got to be
quad
careful
play
where this
here.
ends, because that's on a +2. That's vulnerable territory. So you could pounce on this if you have a +2, maybe get an a counter attack right back. But no, KT's just gonna roll with
He's going to
this.
go for
He's
that
got it.
seven
What a
bagger.
run! Again, this looks Plan A, the very Plan A esque. Though the big thing you probably want to know, right, was the what Allen drew around that green six, and that I think that set the tone. That was the big thing. Was just Allen looked like he ran out of greens from what I've seen, from what I saw, and then just went for the blue. Keith, they just rolled with it. Then the switch over to yellow with that blue nine to yellow nine. And then from there, KT just had crazy. He had a skip reverse meta. Then he had just +2s and a +4. Just I don't think Allen could have done anything different there. Just kind of just ran out of steam. Just like that though to Pier. I feel like you would think, but I would ask if it's from the initial hand, but I mean that obviously that literally was from the initial hand, that's like a rhetorical question. So and Alan, I don't
Right,
know.
right.
Did you? I doubt you had any action cards from what it seems. It said had minimal, so I would have just inferenced that you just didn't have much anything to maybe even play defense. So yeah, just a reverse. You know how crazy that sounds with the 12 card start to peer, just to have one reverse.
Not to butt in,
You
boys,
know,
but
I
real quick, I'm
no, go
starting to
ahead.
think this is starting to turn into Ashley versus Cap back in T2 2024. Let's not forget, what did Cap do to win that series? He went low. And Ashley, what did she do to get it to a game 11? Went high. This is textbook, styles of cards because I've been getting everything on the upper tier. He's been getting some good stuff on the lower tier. I think that's how it's going to be. I think it's going to be one of these series where it could come down to just who's going to win the opponent's lack of start. Really, just what's the word I'm looking
Their
for?
initial hand.
The opposition. The who's going to win the opposition card start? Because he probably ain't going to switch. I ain't going to switch. It's just going to be a immovable object versus immeasurable force here kind of deal. So it's going to be interesting rest of the series, no doubt.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. Man, this is again. KT was on right in the money with that. Right, low card starts. Allen has been able to flourish in it. KT with the higher cards though. Game 6, though, will be underway. This has been a very quick series here, Tapir. Like, a lot of these games has been a lot faster than I thought they would be. I won't lie.
Absolutely. It's War of the Worlds, right? You've got,
Yeah.
low tier versus high tier, and you got to see who is going to win out, right? Who is Lady Luck going to favor in this particular moment? So it's going to be KT with Unlucky 13 now to start off game 6. Here we go with the blue zero sugar. You got a little bit of that, what is that? Minute Maid zero sugar, right? A
Yeah.
little bit of that.
You could say a Coke Zero if you wanted to, or and anything like
Coke Zero.
a
There
Coke
you go.
Zero, even though it's not red, right?
Right, right, right. Yeah, I
Here
struggle
you
to
go.
find the correct one,
Yeah,
but
no, you're
it's all
good.
good.
You're good.
Double play here. Blue 8 here. Here comes Allen. Blue 5.
Thing is, everybody's got a case of the Mondays, Tapir, so I don't really blame you one bit, though. Beginning of the week, right?
It's all right.
Just how it
It's all
is. It's
good,
just how it is, right? You ever watch Office Space, right? So sometimes you just end up a little
There we
bit
go.
groggy at the beginning. But here we go.
Yeah,
Just staying in blue right now, though. KT did have to draw at the blue 5, though, so likely no blues or 5s in that scenario. But he's got a red 7, though, so maybe a little bit of light bulbs for Allen if you want to switch back to blue at some point. But a red 7 for KT, I'm pretty sure Allen will keep it cool, try and get rid of some numbers. He will actually switch over to yellow this time around.
might be just be Allen making a move here, right? Because
Hmm.
you just want to get any sort of leg up on the competition. KT is not going to bat an eye. He's going to go over the double play skip, yellow 2. Here comes Allen. What does he have in response? He's got a ditto. Interesting. So he will have needed yellow at some point. And these two players are tied up once again, 9-9.
Yeah, really close on the cards right now, though. Holding them close to their heart. A yellow 8 for KT this time around. Here we go. Colors. It just seems like when KT puts a number in, Allen just always has something that can really change the color. Here, over to red.
Here we go.
Over to red. It went from blue to
There's
red.
that triple 8.
Yeah,
Crazy eight,
the
GJ.
crazy
Here
eights
we go.
again.
Second time this series, and Allen down to zero sugar. See what KT's got on the back end. Way up to the yellow or red nine, top floor.
It was a red 9 here, so they're just gonna play numbers game, it looks like. I think they're both hoarding those action cards for a good old card run. They could be near that red zone territory. Remember, the preceding game, KT did have a 7-carder to end it. If I'm not mistaken, a 7-card, which is really hard to get, but those are nasty hands to have. Yellow 4 this time around here. A yellow 6. So Allen does have the answer. The matter of question is who's going to draw first? Who will run out of steam? Or who will get to the finish line? Oh, KT's typing a while here.
Just gotta
Just green
have
6.
just a green 6 is right. Just gotta have enough steam to get over that finish line and through the checkered flag.
There's
Here
a plus
comes Allen
2.
with a double play. Is gonna send KT back just a tad.
Now you got to wonder. You got to wonder what he's got because of those plus 2. That plus 2. Green 4, though.
No, DJ, we've seen it where those two cards, those little suckers can get right in there and mess everything up.
And throw a big wrench for a reason. Allen sits at 2 cards, KT at 5, both in red zone range, though. KT, though, oh, he's typing a little bit here. All that for a green 3. So he will do a ditto. Let's see if that does anything different. If there's a draw here, then we have some good light bulbs here, but I would think he's still got some green left. He's got a yellow 3, though. Oh, my goodness. So he's going with great, like just
Take
a
it down
number
to
meta.
check.
A check. Oh, boy. No, if Allen could have
Here
used a
comes
power
Allen.
play,
Does he
so
have the
now
finish?
you got to wonder if that's just a bluff or not. Did KT choose the right color?
I don't know.
Oh, he had a wild. Wow.
Oh, he's got the red. Didn't matter what color.
It did not
All Allen has to
matter.
do there is fade the ammo and he's good to go.
It just seems like the fades are wow. That's all I really got. The fades are just insane. The way Allen won his first game, right? That was a fade. This one was basically a fade as well. Like that is it's so cool to see how these players like, react to certain like decks and draws and all of that. And then I guess yeah, because you're just saving that wild for last. Didn't want to use great use of patience, right? I thought he would have used maybe the power play, but it is very early. He still has only one left, and it's only game 6. So probably wouldn't want to use it. Maybe probably want to use it at a later time, right? Because you never know. But
Yeah,
oh man,
and that's the thing, right? You've got the wild in the reservoir. I don't think he'd want to be that bold as to use it there, and now you're stuck with no power plays as opposed to 2 for KT. I think that's being very aggressive, and I think if I'm Allen, I'd want to keep something on the back foot. So I don't hate that. It got him the win. He's up 4-2. He seems to be in a good spot right now. He's going to have one more homestand, I believe, and we're going to get back to 2 more. I believe it's 2 more. Then we're going to get back to business.
yeah. I guess I'll ask KT this, right? Was there anything you could have maybe played differently to maybe be a more defensive there, or was that just all you had? Because it doesn't seem like the plus twos gave you really anything from what it
Nah.
seemed. So
No, I was hoping, ironically, I think he might have actually been out of red for most of that game. I was hoping maybe I could get like a 1+2 off the red or something when he gave me that +2 because I felt he was just shadowing red a ton. Close, but just no cigar. The only good thing I will say about that game is it was really just similar of fading, like you guys were saying. We had skips and reverses, but it was probably maybe the first game where we actually had a little bit more thought because the first, what was it, 4? We're just more planning. So it was a little bit more thought, a little more thought coming into these games now. Something to keep in mind, but we'll see how this next game goes. I think with where he's probably going, it's definitely got to at least split one of these two, no doubt.
yeah, Alan, just for you, I mean, you just seem like you always have an answer for like you're just playing the numbers game and the fades really well, though. It's like just a lot of good discipline in general with that, right? So you save that wild for the very end. it just seems like I from what I've seen, again, I haven't played you. I might have been. If I did, it's probably like a while back, right? But the fades have been they've been probably your biggest strength this whole matchup so far. These matchups so far, just able to kind of get an opponent keep guessing on what they could have, or really what you have, basically. And you still have your power play. That's another thing too. You still have your power play so great. Did you ever think about using it at this game at some point? I know Tapir, we talked about it just now, right? It was a great decision not to use it, but I mean, yeah, you still got that power play at your disposal here, right? You used one earlier, you still got one left, but no, great discipline. I figured I would have probably used it, but I mean, considering you got one left, I could see the counter argument, right? Yeah, was going to, but then I had that yellow 3 switch. So there was some thoughts about it. There were some thoughts, but it was a great decision because let's say down the line, let's say Allen does win it. You might look back at this game. You might roll back to this one where he could have the what ifs, right? That he could have used it, but might have been a good thing he didn't. So I'm intrigued to see how Game Seven's got us rolling here, to peer, because this has been Allen did win in the 13 card start. Make note of this. He won a lower tier. He's won at 13 cards this time. So he was lucky. He's feeling lucky in this one. But let's see what game 7 has. And Allen will be the one hosting, at least in terms of the card count. So let's see what he's got.
For sure. Yep, there you go. Gonna go 8, the next lowest start he has available. And we're gonna just stay way down that low mid tier. Starting off the yellow reverse, but he's gonna try and take all he can at this point in time.
Yep, just a yellow reverse. He will
Use those
draw this yellow reverse here. A yellow 8. Will Allen have another 8? Will he have another 8? The 8s have been pretty abundant in this series so far. We've seen all the color switches come from this 8 quite a lot, it seems like. At least what I've noted. Does Allen have
yeah, crazy
a
eights.
crazy
Volume
8?
3, perhaps.
Oh wow, look at that. Oh
No, he's
my
got something even
goodness.
better. Plus
Wow.
6.
That's a lot of ammo to
Triple
give
play
this early
into the
though.
red 1.
A lot of ammo to give though.
Well, we'll see. I mean, KT's been pushed back now to 13, so it's going to be on Allen to try and close it out before KT even thinks about using any ammo.
Blue
Blue
5.
5 now takes him down to 5 cards. KT on the response here. What does he have? He's
Just do
going
a
to go for a
skip.
double play.
Yep, double play, skip the 1. Just gonna slowly eat at it. Allen's sitting at 5
Yep, that's all you got
cards.
to do sometimes. Whittle down your holdings. Does KT maybe get a switch here, perhaps? Maybe
Wouldn't
he's
be
had
the
enough of that
worst
blue.
idea to do a switch. I wouldn't be opposed to that. Thing is, though,
Yep,
what
I
does he
don't
have?
mind the
Because
blue
the
3. Just
fades.
keep it.
Make note of the fades,
Yep, there
though.
you go. Eventually, Allen's going to be juiced on the blues. Great play from KT. Just keep it blue and hope Allen draws a bunch of trash.
He
Here we
will.
go. Allen
Drawing.
stuck in Draw City. Here's an opportunity for KT to run it now.
You just gotta worry,
What will
right?
he possibly play?
The thing you gotta worry about, Tapir, right, is probably the wrong number. That's the only thing I'd worry about as KT, because it always seems like here's a red wild, so leave it out in the open. All right, I'm intrigued by this because I'm pretty sure Allen will have a red. It might be the break that Allen needs here. And there's a red 8. Speaking of,
Another dang it. Dang dog diggity. Here we come the 8s once again.
zero sugar.
Drops it all the way down.
Should be a much
Does
closer
Allen find a
card gap.
switch here?
Ooh, no, nothing on the zero sugar here.
Oh,
Could you
there.
create a draw city, perhaps?
Might be
KT's just
too
playing
close at
aggressive.
this point in time.
Red
Yeah,
7.
he's just going for. You've got to, I think. You've got to be aggressive. Okay, now taking the advantage after that +6, he's completely enclosed that +6, taking it out and throwing it away. Here comes Allen tying up the holdings here, 5 apiece.
Oh, here's a yellow 5 here. So numbers game. Here's some good old numbers here. Let's see if that stalls Allen out. But if Allen has any yellow, that might put KT in big trouble here.
I would think he's got
Oh, but Allen draws. Allen does have to draw here, though.
no. Wow, nothing.
I would have thought Allen would
No
have had some
one's
yellow
KT
here
approaching that red zone.
in the yellow 7 this time around.
You would expect, but I guess he got rid of all of it, and I don't even believe we've seen green yet, DJ.
I don't
I
believe
think we're
we
still on three colors.
have. And if we did, it was probably like for a little momentous time. But I don't think we've had green just yet. No, we have not. So looking back up, referencing back,
No,
there has
card
been no
history
green.
shows.
Yeah,
Card history shows nil. So here we
that's
go.
that's uncharted territory. We could actually
I
maybe
would
get a
be
draw city here. Let's see. I would maybe start a draw city if I were just to get something. But here, Boss Man's gonna type. Let's see. He feels he's confident in what he's got. He does a skip and he draw. Okay, interesting. Because right, it's not likely that Allen's got any action cards. You maybe I don't know. Could be wrong here. I could be completely wrong in a heartbeat. But let's see.
he could just have a
He
skip, but
does.
I think
Oh
it's
my
okay. So he
gosh.
is gonna
He
lean
actually
into the
had a skip.
green, but here's the problem. I feel like this is a situation ideal for KT where maybe he wanted to lean into that green and he can take the rug out under from him. He's gonna go lean into that double play right now. Here comes Allen. He's got three
Oh,
cards.
he's
Maybe
got.
he's gonna go for some unintentional split ammo. Is he gonna pull out the rug from under
Nope.
KT? No, just gonna go green 6. Here comes KT now down to 2 cards. He's in a prime spot to steal one back here.
+2. So that will
He's got it.
stall Allen out, and that's it. That's pretty much it. So I'm wondering, because now I gotta ask the question to KT. What was your mind? What was your logic behind just having that skip and then just drawing? What's the mindset behind that? Because I was intrigued by that. I'm actually intrigued by that.
Man, I was just hoping for maybe we get a good top deck or he run into green, and I hit the bingo, man. I hit the double. Hit the double double. I got a wild off the draw, and he ran into green. So I was fearful of a power play, maybe. Maybe he had something with, I don't know, a +2 or a +4. But that whole game, I kind of was saying, you know what? I have a playbook each game. I didn't see. Was there any +4? No, not one single
Hmm.
+4. But his double +2, I believe. Yeah, his double +2 gave me, I believe, the green +2 and let me see, I'm looking back, and a couple double numbers. And we all know KT like double numbers, so I like the fact that I got that. And once I got that, I was like, okay, I can feel more confident. And then he just seemed to be lacking red again, so I'm like, okay, maybe just do a little fade right there. But yeah, you got to really ask him. But I was fearful of his last power play. You can't go down 5-2. Even look, how many times have you said, or we've all said, "Oh, okay, I got no power plays. The guy's up 5-2." But look what happened to G. Right? He never got a chance to use that last power play when he played me. So I think I had to get that win, or it could have been series over. I was desperate that game, so I held off and I saved my power play, which is huge. And I stole one on his. Now we both have stolen one on each other's starts, which is interesting too.
Yeah, it's a great little jousting match we had. I guess, yeah, we should appropriately ask Alan. Did you have any? It seemed like you were scarce on the red. It looked like you were just in the red, just no red. I guess they make the pun there, but it just didn't seem like you had much there. And then obviously you saw the skip. You're like, I'll take advantage of that. Before that +2, did you have a finishing hand? That's another thing I should ask. And this has been a great back and forth match here. No red. I had triple six, devil's advocate, which means I could have used power play next turn. So not a lot of action cards near the end, really, or any, basically. Could have used that power play, but I mean, KT, that I was just that skip play and that top deck to Pier. Oh, that was nuts. Absolutely nuts. Really gutsy too. I'd say
Chef's
really
kiss for
gutsy.
KT right there.
Right? Right? It's been a great back and
I
forth
feel
matchup,
I
man.
feel like if you're Oh, absolutely. And we called it, right? At the beginning of this series. This is going to be one for the fans. Why? Because these players know each other. You know, time and time again they've played, they know the playbook. They know you just eventually what after you play so much Uno, you just eventually develop a sixth sense for just what's going to happen at what point. These guys have a very developed sixth sense for each other, and it's showing right now. They know kind of how to play certain spots, and you know they're really taking the pedal to the metal, so to speak, and trying to get each other a little bit confused, maybe a little bit bedazzled, but it's not seeming to work. It's like KT said, it's unstoppable force meets immovable object. This is kind of what that match is being is coming into fruition as, and so essentially, yes. If I think if you're Allen, you really wanted that 5-2 win with that power play. Burn the power play because guess what? Now you've only got to win one of the next four. Even without a power play, that's not that hard to win one out of four without a power play. That it's feasible.
Yeah, in
But if you're
theory, it should be
KT, you
easy.
really want to be. You got to be 4-3. You cannot be 5-2 this late in the game. You got to be 4-3 and give yourself a chance. So great win for KT, getting one back. He's going to be playing catch up here for the moment. Allen's going to run back 8 cards now for game 8. Little fitting here as we started off. And yeah, I think we're ready to get this one underway.
Indeed so. And look at this start. Look at this. A +2 will be
All
gone
right.
just like that as an introductory card for game 8. So that's going to spice things up. That's already one action card gone. And that's a big one, too. A +2 is huge in this game. And oh, look at that. You add a +2 with that, a reverse, and a 0, a trips play to trip KT up with some early ammunition.
There you are. It's going to be KT now starting with 12. He's going to go down to 10 here after this double play in the red deuce. The red deuce, as we say. King of Red in the chat. Thank you for being here, sir. And as well for all of you here, thanks for showing up for today's finale. Really appreciate your viewership today.
It's
Here
just like
comes
that,
Alan with the
though.
red 6. KT switching over to blue.
Red versus blue here. You'll see blue comes out
Go
on
ahead, DJ.
top,
Yep.
and the boss man will take the initiative. Allen does draw at that blue 6. Could you create, again, I haven't really seen a lot of draw city in this to peer, but they just kind of they just keep at it. It's 1-2 punch, like just punch back. I'll punch right back at you. I haven't seen a lot of draw cities in this. It's been mini ones, just maybe like 1 or 2 draws, but other than that, we haven't seen it to where it's like, oh, we gotta draw like 10 plus cards or such and such, right? As there's a wild over switch over to yellow, so that might open the playbook up for Allen here. Boss man will still keep it at a yellow 3. We'll actually just go to a yellow 3 basically. So should be, I think, numbers game. But Allen's sitting at the red zone here, so I'd be wary if I'm KT though. Allen at 3, Boss Man at 7. Does KT have that Midas touch here? We've seen it from this tournament. Just he's been able to have some crazy comebacks, make it real cinematic for all of us to watch. But KT though, a bit of a gap behind though. Let's see what he's got. Oh, he's typing a while.
Yep.
He's typing a bit. Oh, what does he have? Oh, I'm a bit
Now
scared actually to see what he's
KT
got.
winding up for the rip.
Oh
Uh,
Lord.
Bagger to get to a red 3. Not quite finished, but it's going to down that quite a ways.
Indeed, a 4-packer. That's a lot of ammunition though. Gotta be careful what they give you back. That is a lot of cards given though. KT though, you gotta be a little bit worried in the back of your brain, right? You just hope that he doesn't have good draws, but probability, I would say, says otherwise. KT sits at 2 cards. Allen at 12. You got to play defense. You got to at least with a +2 or something of the sort, just to keep the game rolling. But here's Allen. I think he's typing a bit. He's probably got like at least a trips play at worst or a quad play at best, and he's gonna give it right back.
Or
Yeah, just a +4. Switch over to blue, then I'm switch over to green. So it's just the reap what you sow mentality. If I get this, you're gonna get it right back at you. The classic no you play. Blue 2. So it's kind of back to square one with these two in this game 8 or in this game. So 7-11. Andreas Allen at 7, Bossman at 11 here. Both still have power plays. Well, Allen only with 1, KT with 2. But crazy use of ammunition this early on, though. And they just haven't been able to get to that finish line just yet. So they still got a bit of a journey left. Here's a double play here. Over to blue. Still in the water. Still swimming. Bossman has 10 to Allen's 5. I think it's still. I think a little bit of lag on Pier's end. Looks like. Let's see. Yellow 5, right over. Yellow 4 this time around. So just gonna drop it down 1 card here. What do you do here? What do you do if you're KT? Allen sitting at 4, Bossman at 9. He will do a nice little double play. 1-2 punch combination with a reverse and a yellow 2. Almost said blue 2, U2 like the band, right? But no, it's going to be yellow 2 there. So nice little double play here. Allen, I would expect to have some kind of yellow there. Maybe, or number. I've seen it. We've seen the time and time again. He's got numbers. He's typing a while, though. But it will be all for a yellow 9.
Three, KT's at 7. KT now with the response. We're going to see if he gets aggressive here. Nope, just as there. And now with the response here from Fear. What he has finished? It's in about now.
Oh. Oh, wow. Okay, so he does put skips.
Oh,
Leaves it there.
there.
Almost there.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Intrigued by that decision. Maybe hoping KT bites out of that. Maybe get a number to bail him out. I think that's what Allen's trying to get out of this. If he has a 6, that would be insane. He does not have a 6, though. Doesn't seem like he's got any blue left. It doesn't seem like he's got any 6s left. I feel you can create maybe. Oh, let's see here. Yellow. I feel is that a bit risky, do you think? Could be a fade run again. I'm worried it's a fade. I'm worried it might be a fade again here to Pier. He's got a green, though. He actually does have a number. Green 3. Oh, we're getting close. It's getting close here. Does Allen have it? He has a green 8. This is going to be a good check here. What do you do here? Tough decisions to make here. Do you have a number to answer that? Do you have something to play on the defense? Do you maybe have a finisher to close it off? KT sits at 3. Allen obviously with 1 left had the Uno, so no worries for a call. Didn't mess that up. A yellow 8. Now, again, we've seen time and time again, Allen has been able to win these games off of it. He does not have no fade there. Not this time. So that will put him at a crossroads. A wild +4 and a red 9, and the boss man wins. What a turn of events here. Holy guacamole. We've got ourselves a tied game here, 4-all here. Yeah, I thought For a moment, Alan, I thought you had maybe a fade run going. What was your final card before that +4 hit? Because for a moment, I thought you were gonna go for a fade again. And for KT though, right? Was that +4, was that all from that ammunition, given back to you? Red 9 should have played it earlier. Mm. That if you had to play it, would it have been during that streak of reds, Alan, I would assume? Or what were you thinking? If you had to look back, right, where would you have played it? Like at the very beginning or like because I don't think yeah, there was reds early on, so I was probably thinking probably very beginning. You're probably gonna think very beginning, right? So beginning made one too many fades. Okay, so got a little bit too greedy with the fades is what I'm getting at. And KT, right? You had that +4. Use that +4 at the very end. Very, very. Did you get that from Allen's ammunition? Thrown back at you.
Yeah, yeah, that was an insane series or insane game. He just I had to make I made the first four bagger. He made the second four bagger. Then he threw more stuff. I threw more stuff. I just went with the gamble, man. I looked at the car. I took a second to pause. I'm like, man, all these eights are gone, and I just know from experience the power play would have been there. So I just gambled and said, okay, let's take a gamble here. I had the last eights really on the back end. I had that yellow eight, and I knew he really couldn't get back in the yellow. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe his last card was a blue on a wraparound or a red, and I ultimately uh, he had his own card because Red Nine is actually the Allen card, and I had one of his cards too. So we kind of both needed the same thing. It was a gamble, man. I could have easily just power played there and win the game, right? I could just did yellow eight and then +4 red nine, but I just took a chance. I'm like, you know what? You're not going to win finale. Here's what I'll say to anyone listening at home: you don't win finales by playing it safe. And I took a massive risk not to use it, and now I get to keep that. You just never know when you need that next power play. Because I could listen, I could use that power play now for more offensive strat because the game is tied. When you're behind, you hate to use one, but now that it's tied, it's free game, and we're basically down to a best of three. And buckle up because now I've won on his homestand, he won on mine with the 13. It's back and forth. This is no easy laughing matter, and I think Tapir's gone. But yeah, it's been a hell of a series so far, and the games are starting to get longer, which we expected to.
Yeah, I think I know Tapir. I think has been having some difficulties. So, but even so, hopefully he comes back in due time. If not, I mean, either way though, still this has been a crazy set of games, and for everybody here again, thank you all for just sticking around because this has been great. This has been fun to watch commentating this game, right? Um, KT 2 power plays, Andreas Allen only with one. There's no consistent. It just back and forth. It comes down to it's a shame that someone's gonna have to lose out. But we are on game 9 right now here. The boss man winning on both the 8 card starts. Allen won out on the early low hand starts, besides the outlier of 13, where he was feeling pretty lucky, and he won out. Boss man's winning on a lot of high cards, but then just kind of taking over a little bit in that mid tier area, that range, good old 8. But let's see what game 9 has to offer here. This has been cinematic. It's just like I feel like I was watching the Nick game, right? Where it was just best of 9, end up to game 9. Like you wouldn't want it any other way, right? Need a minute getting a call, and we'll do 11. So he will go up a couple. We will wait on KT. He is answering a call right now. Though welcome back to Pier. Hopefully the internet gremlins haven't taken over too much. But man, this has been a great series, y'all. I mean, I wouldn't want it any other way for a finale. It's very fitting for a finale here. I think all of us would love to agree on that.
DJ, you got me?
Yeah, I got you. Still a little bit of lag. Try again.
No.
I think still a little bit. Let's just see how the game rolls, and then if it's still
Alright.
kind of has you jumping around from place to place. We'll see what we can do.
I apologize, fans. Struggles have been documented, and it's just this, this could happen. You all know.
And it
Uh,
happens. It happens though.
completely
That's
phone, and I could not get anything. So I do apologize, everyone. But as far as I am aware right now, I am ready to roll. Just as soon as everyone here is good, we can get underway here. I
yeah.
see KT taking it back, tying it up, making this an effective best of three. Should be a good one.
Oh, for sure. This has been good old game of rock paper scissors. It feels like, right? There's no clear cut winner at the moment. I think we should be ready. Says KT says we're good. Yeah, I think we're all ready here. I think we're all ready for game 9.
All right, let's do it.
Look at this.
Got 11 coming
Another
down the
one.
pipes. Same exact card to start
Another
off.
+2, and it's just
Same
like the
exact
previous
+2, I
game.
believe.
It's literally a blue +2 again.
Very, very interesting here. KT is going to start with a blue 8. Not going to have anything to give to Alan at the moment.
I would want to this time around. I would want to.
Definitely. We'll see. We'll see for sure. It's going to be a fun one here. Taking it slow to start off, as folks at home, I'm sure, have noted duly. KT is going to draw here. Seemingly out on red or blue, excuse me. So does Alan. Doesn't have a lot here coming down the pike. Here comes KT.
Typing a little bit long here. Make note of that. Here's a trips play here. Bot loaded a little bit, but here we go. Blue over transitioning over to yellow. Yellow 1 here. Gonna see what Alan's gonna roll. I would figure he's got a number. Maybe a number to follow it. He will actually switch the color over to red here.
It's going to be our third color now for this game. Not seeing anything from green just yet, but
Oh,
there is still
right
a
there.
lot to play. Well,
Age
throw
like
that
milk.
one out.
That age like milk.
Here we go.
Aged really badly. You're over to green.
There we go.
Good old traffic light.
It's maybe a little opposite of spam, right?
Oh, for
spam
sure.
lasts for ages and ages. Milk, not so much.
Over to
But
yellow.
here we go now. We've got quad 1s down the pike. Top floor from KT goes up to the yellow 9. Alan with the response. Let's see just what he has in store.
Yeah, what does he have in his storage space? Yellow 6. Just gonna roll numbers. KT draws at this yellow 6, though. Let's see. What does Alan got? Got to think a little bit on this.
A little bit of a stopgap moment here. Take a look at the table. We see that, let's see here, Alan at 8, KT at 7. So Alan is going to tie it up after this PA, supposing he does not have a double or a triple.
He's
Here
got
we
a triple
go. Age
there.
like milk,
he's got
DJ.
he's got a triple there. So
Age like milk here. 2%. 2%, ladies and
2%.
gentlemen. We are at 2%.
Yeah, just look at that. Just crazy action cards here. So yellow reverse, red reverse, over to red 4. What do you do to respond back? Do you play some action cards? You go green here. Feeling confident, some money.
He is going to go green. Money green.
Money green.
Here comes.
Does he have a number?
Tie it up here. It's still going to be Alan with the advantage here, just by 1, extending that to 5 now as he plays double play with a +2 included.
Now you gotta worry. You gotta worry what those +2s give you.
Indeed. Even though it's 2 cards, like we said, them summer guns can just throw a wrench in that whole system.
Could get that wild +4 that can open up the Pandora's box. That could really spice things up. KT will go for a green 9. Just gonna keep it in the green. Right now, Alan, do you draw? Do you have to draw here? He does.
Does indeed draw. It's going to be KT now with a chance to run it if he so chooses, if he's so able.
If he does switch colors, that'll be very interesting to see what he's gonna do here. So, because even if you switch colors,
Definitely be an
your
aggressive
opponent will
play.
likely have a little bit of a break to it. We'll get a little bit of leeway off of that. Do you stick with green, pick a number, but hope that number is not one that causes a switch in color? The switches in color have been really good for Allen so far throughout most of these matchups.
This is true. This is true. KT now with that green deuce. Here comes Allen for a response.
Oh,
Classic game of
I
ping
wonder.
pong, I think.
I wonder if he's
Classic
got a
game of
yellow. He's
ping
got a
pong we're
number.
seeing here.
See, look at that. He
Oh,
has
look at that.
a number to match that. The thing that's scary about KT, right? He can adapt so freaking well. It makes him such a Swiss, I guess the right word, the right term would be like he's like a Swiss Army knife, right? He can adjust the pace to whatever his liking is. He takes the gambles when he
So
needs
fast.
to, and it works, and it'll work. And that's so deadly about him. And he said, and again, I mentioned this way at the beginning, right? It feels like he says he feels like he hasn't played his best Uno, but here we are, like I said, in the final. He's tied up with Allen right now. Yeah, they're drawing right now. We might actually get ourselves, again, potentially a draw city here finally. We haven't had a good draw city in this series. We've had like against small ones, or maybe it's like maybe one or two cards you draw, but then you top deck, and then from there just all hell breaks loose, right? But now we're starting to see some draw city action here. It's just a matter of who's going to take the step first from here on.
Absolutely. Interesting thing about draw cities, right, as I'm sure we all know, is it kind of resets the game in to an extent. What I mean by that is you have now drawn so many cards that it is practically impossible to know now what your opponent has. Where before maybe you had some sort of inkling depending on what the cards were played, but now you can just draw anything. You could draw 4+4s in a row. You never know. So now as we've reset now sort of the calibers, we've got KT with going to green, Allen immediately on a switch down to blue. It's going to be an interesting conclusion here to this match in due time here as KT draws.
Draw to blue 4, though. Zero sugar over from Allen's side. Could that be the break KT needs to maybe switch a color? Oh, it's a risk. Oh, that's a draw to +2. Let me look at the. I gotta see this
Ooh,
history,
he's going to
right?
leave that one
That's leaving
open.
that open though. Oh, I don't like that. I'm not too fond of that. I usually don't like leaving it out open because that could really bite you. If Allen's got a +2, this is a great time to really build up the ammunition and really put KT in a bigger gap.
For sure.
Look at this.
Definite.
Yeah, there it
Oh
is.
my goodness.
That's
That
big.
is going to be a +10 right there.
That's a
Definitely laying
big
the
gap.
hammer down. It's going to be KT clawing back from 18 now.
Could make a note of that card
Never
run
count the
though.
man out.
Nope.
However, double digits looks quite scary to the average player.
The real question now is what
Here
does
comes
Allen have left? He had those +2s he just played. What does he have left? What does he have left in store for us? Yellow 8 over. So KT does have a lot more versatility in this deck despite that. The only thing is you just got to be careful. Allen does draw yellow though. He does draw this yellow 8. Is there potential?
seem to
Could you
be
ditto it? Could you get maybe? Oh, well, he won't go for a yellow 0. I wonder if there's any zeros left. Let me see here. No, there's still plenty of zeros left. So Allen might be stalled out of yellow right now. He could be at the moment be stalled out. It's not as much yellow left either. It looks like so. Still pretty decent amount, but he will do a +2 back over yellow 8. And remember, Allen did have to draw this yellow 8 earlier. So let's see if he has to draw again, or maybe he gets a top deck. Might have been it. That could have been one of them. Could have been top deck. Blue 8, red 8. Big switches all
Here we
around.
go again with those crazy eights.
It really,
It's
yeah,
insane. It's like the
it's
fourth
really
game we've had
nuts.
crazy eights.
It can be coincidences can be
Like, come on
quite
now.
scary. It's appear they can be real scary.
We've seen quint threes and
A lot of
runs on
quint, a
ones,
lot of
but
quint
it's like
number plays too.
a lot of Quinn numbers. Oh, we Quinn zero, DJ. Can we do that? Quinn zero?
I don't think so. I don't think we have.
I don't think so. It would.
It'd be
I
crazy
think
if
we're
we
gonna
did.
break the laws of time and space if we dare do that.
It'd be a physics defining,
We'd have to have an
physics
audit of that
breaking,
Uno
right?
gods.
Yeah. A blue wild
There
though
you
here,
go.
so this is
You
gonna be
go.
interesting. I'm interested to see how much Allen's got in blue. KT the same, really.
Yep. Here we go. Running down the blues. KT with that blue 7.
Make note of that card gap, right? Remember, KT had 18 cards. It's dropped down to 8. Alvin has 5. He had to draw a couple though. He had stalled out a yellow for a good bit, but it's slowly starting to shrink again. Well, it
I
might
believe at
grow
one point it was.
actually. So go ahead. Oh, power play.
Yeah, I believe it was 18. Oh, here we go. Hold that thought. Allen potentially using his last power. Well, has used
That's
his
his
last
last
power
power
play.
play. Yeah.
Potentially
Let's
taking the
see.
game down. Going to make it 5-4.
Just got to be careful. Take your time with typing this. Do not screw it up. And yeah, he took it. He took it.
Yep, and he has it on lock. Allen just one away, DJ. Just one game away from winning it all.
One win away indeed here. Great use of power play, I would say, Tapir. I really think that was a really good use of it, though. Had to use it because you had greens left. He had a +4, went over to the skip, green 7. Then that power play came into fruition and used that green 5 to wrap things up in game 9 here. I will ask KT this, right? He said he had to use it, only blue and green left. That I was probably just gonna ask Alan about the
Yeah,
power play mentality with that, but I think that was the right call. I personally think that was the right call. I don't know if you think the same here, Tapir, but
I mean,
I think it was a good call to do it.
you yeah. You kind of have to because let's take a look at this, right? You just given KT +10, right? You didn't see any wilds and no +2s. You've got to think something's on the back pocket. Now you're giving him another +4. It's not 14 freshies, and any one of those can be either a wild or a +4 or something to get him off of that green. I think that was a tremendously good use of the power play. He's only got to win one more. It looks like he's on a good path right now.
Yeah, I guess with KT, right, I'll ask, why leave that +2 out in the open like that? What was your reasoning for that? Because from there, it just seemed like, obviously you had a big card gap after Allen basically gave you like 2+2s back to back and then that red 3. So, what was your logic behind that, leaving that blue +2 out like that?
I needed something. I just needed something, man. I was like, hope maybe he'll burn some of that good stuff up. And he had the red +2s, but I just couldn't get anything in return of the yellow +2 back. I had the following numbers: 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 9. It was all six,
Unironically,
seven,
you
nine.
had literally 6 and 7. Unironically.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
actually crazy.
yeah, it's all I really had. I could have maybe did like a blue yellow power play, but the only thing I'm really happy about now is I have at least the 2 power plays versus the 1 power play to 0. But man, like this has been a great series, man. I've lived for these moments in my career. How many times have I've been in a finale? I'll never forget against Ashley where I was down and she had a lead and she pulled that rug under me, or not the finale, the final four against JT when he was calling the game. It was JT calling the game, and she pulled the rug under me in that game 11 and won the series. Really, so I'm gonna have to go back to. I gotta think about this card start because really, the last couple games I've been winning on his stuff. He's been winning on my stuff. So I gotta really think about this because it's gonna come down to this card start at the end of the day. I think I need to get this right, and then I got to use the power plays. I got 2 of them. There's no way I'm going to take them home unless it's just a clear, direct path. So I can take my time, no rush, tranquilo, just stay calm. And listen, man, I've been in some wars. This will be another one to say the least. I need a minute though. Give me a minute to think this one through.
All right, I guess I'll ask Alan one more thing. Now you have no power plays left. You got 2 games left potentially. Let's say, you're up ahead 5-4. You got to only win 1 game. Obviously, you got potential 2 games, right? Are you worried about those power plays from KT? Are you gonna do anything to maybe try and drain them out? Or are you just gonna just kind of just see what you got, just kind of go with the flow, not think about it too much, and just Just kind of see what the cards give you. Because there is the thing you could do with mind games here in Uno, depending on how confident you are in a card run, right? And he will say, not think about it and see if I can go aggressive, really. And I feel that is the best way to approach it, just to see what you got in store here. And the thing you got to worry about if you're KT, right? You don't want it to be like a G Man situation, at least if you were like in G Man's perspective, right? Where you had those power plays, but you just were not able to use them. KT still has two left. Alan Zilch. Literally nothing. I'm interested to see what KT will, when he will use them. Obviously, you got to use them in 10 and 11. It's a no brainer, right? If you get to like game 11, right? You got to use them. But I'm intrigued on when that's going to happen.
Of course. And if you're Alan, there's absolutely no possible universe where you want to go 5-5 and KT still has both plays. If you don't win, you at least have to burn to go on defense somehow. Because if you're Allen and KT's got two power plays and it's match point, that might as well be game over. So I think Allen's got, both players. Both players have some thinking to do as far as how they want to play aggressively, how they want to play defensively, and just in what situation they want to for KT to use the power play or for Allen to try to get KT off.
Well, DJ, it's my last start, buddy. I just talked to a good old professional. I texted him, what do you think I should do? And he said, come on, you're KT. You got to send it. Patty Mahomes, 15 for the last one at home. Let's do it.
Hey, guys.
A big old full send.
We're going.
Yeah, nice old full send. You can't go wrong with that, right? You got to have some kind of sentiment to that. But this could be match point for Allen here. If it is not, if he loses out, this could be, we could have a spicy game 11 if push comes to shove. Remember, this in coming into the series, KT does lead it 3-0. So 12-2 and also 12-2 all time. So make note of that. Things can change in a heartbeat. But a blue 7 to start things off here. I expect a couple 1-2 punches as always with these high card counts. But a quick switch over to green here to Pier. I'm loving it.
It's gotta be like the fourth or fifth, immediate switch off the rip. It's insane how aggressive first play is.
For sure.
Here we go now with the green 4 from Allen.
Red 4.
Another immediate switch from KT on the red 4. Just does not want to give Allen an inch here as we embark on game 10.
I wonder.
As I say, the runway is in sight here.
Oh, yeah, look at that. +2
as
and
we wrap up
red
the
6.
series.
I've always wondered this though, Tapir, right? You have two power plays left. Have I in my time commentating this game, I've never seen anyone use a power play twice in one game. I don't know if you have either. I figured I'd ask that question to you because I don't think that's. I feel that's kind of an unheard of thing.
So I will say this. It is possible. I have seen it, and that is because I've done it. And here's why. It's when let's say it's 5-4, and I'm down 2, and this is match point. You've got to do anything you can in sort of just a desperation move to keep your opponent from that last. So essentially, it's a winner to take all and back into a corner. There's nothing more dangerous than man that's getting. So you can't take them with you. So yes, in answer to your question, it is possible. Definitely not an ideal situation.
Oh, look at this quad play here. Make it a quint.
From Allen. That's going to be a 5x here, landing on the blue 1.
A quintessential quint play here from Andreas Allen there. Went from a lot of skips over to a 1. So 4 skips and a 1. KT will go for a blue 9 here. So that was a crazy play to see. Allen, where's he sit? He sits at 7. That's a lot of skips to use, though, here to Pierre. I wonder how much he's got. He's got to have some kind of action cards because that is a lot to waste.
Unless he's decided that, you know what, I'm just gonna rip it and come what may. You would think he's got to have something left in the tank.
He
Maybe a little split ammo down the road. I don't know. We'll see. We'll
he
see.
did allude to playing more. He did allude to keep playing aggressive though, with no power play. So we're seeing that come to life. KT's gonna roll with the 6. Andreas Allen did have to draw. He's drawing at this green 6, so that's not a good sign here. It's now dead even in the card count. Now KT, I expect to go just slightly ahead. We'll have that card lead here by just literally one card. He will switch over to blue, and I think that could be the little break that Allen needs here.
Absolutely. And here comes Allen now. Down from 7. He's going to
I wonder if that's top deck.
go right over to yellow here. Quick undercut.
He drew at a green 6, though.
Looks like it is a
It could be
top
top
deck.
deck.
Yeah. However, I've seen play slow blade. They think a switch is incoming. So I can't count Allen out if he's once again following that playbook and maybe playing a little bit of 4D chess here. I can't count him out for that.
That's a good
So
point.
here we go with the double play to the yellow 4. Yep, KT now getting back to the green. He wanted this green.
A blue 4.
Here we go now. Another undercut from Allen.
Oh, so
Definitely
filthy.
putting the pressure on KT.
Let's see. Bossman just going to go with the 2. They're both in red zone territory. Remember, Allen has no power play, but does he have any finishers? Does he have a finisher?
He have it.
Oh, my goodness.
And if he's got it here, he's right there.
One card left.
Oh,
Had a +4. Switches over to yellow. Definitively either has a 1 or a yellow left. Either or. Or a wild.
This
That's
is
another
a situation where you're just begging for your power play back.
thing. Oh.
Here we go, green wild.
Green
that should
wild.
ice out Allen.
You would think. You got to hope he doesn't have a wild.
anything.
Or a 1. He's got nothing.
There it is.
Oh, that's scary.
He's gonna draw.
So scary.
Very, very ballsy from KT to not use a power play there.
Could have played
and force
defensively,
a
but it
draw.
worked out. What a gutsy call. A green 9, though. Now you got to worry. Again, the big thing you got to worry about is that does Allen at least have a number to synergize? He doesn't have green based on inferencing, but it just seems like you just got to worry about numbers now. I feel you got to worry about numbers but you would think with Allen drawing, though, he'll probably have different colors in each deck, in his deck, but he has a number here.
Yep, see, there you go. If you're KT, you're just playing Minesweeper there. You're trying not to land on that wrong mine. You're trying not to land on the right number. KT pulling it out to the blue.
Oh, look how
Another
close this
undercut,
is,
just
man.
not letting Allen have an inch.
Allen with 2 cards.
not
Oh, here's a check.
Letting him have an
Here's a check.
pounded check.
A blue 4.
Again, putting pressure on KT.
Oh my goodness. What do you do here? Do you have anything?
Is
What do
this
you
going to be a
have?
stop think moment for
Could you play defensively?
KT, or does he just have the
Blue
finish here?
6. He's gonna risk it.
Oh,
He's going to risk it.
he's got to
Nothing.
read. There it is.
Allen's
It's
got
going to
nothing.
work.
It works. Here's a power play.
Power play.
Oh, what timing this could
He's
be.
going to take it down. Ladies and gentlemen, we have match point.
Red wild and that. Yep. Wow. Nuts. 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 Absolutely crazy finale we've got here to Pier. Oh my goodness. The
One
full
for the
send
books.
works. And oh my goodness, the amount of freaking courage, the amount of grit KT put. That wild actually, I will admit this to Pier, that wild scared me. I was worried about where that was gonna land, the wild and all that. Oh, look at this. So Allen had a +4, a yellow 1, and a yellow 9. And then he said he also wished he had the power play and it would have been game.
There it is. You're just crying for that third power play.
I had it, boys.
Would we have
I need.
wanted this any other day? No,
You know, I
Puzzle
couldn't
Dan,
believe it,
we would
DJ.
not. Go ahead,
I
Kate.
really didn't have anything going for me that game, but then Allen's +4 gave me 2 wilds, and I knew just go back to green. He doesn't have anything, and I just like that was the difference. 2 wilds off that pull. I don't think I win that game. Well, I know he needed that power play, but still, I had my two in the back pocket, and we just forced the G11. You know, I've been here before. One shot at the apple. It's not, and the thing is, it's not my start. I did everything I could possibly do. I brought all my chips to the table. We're going all in. This is it. One game to decide the Jet Set July. Let's do it, baby. This is it.
Yeah, from what I got,
Um,
right,
Crazy
KT,
game.
that you just had a good read on. You said you basically just had a good read on the ISO, right? It worked out. I mean, what was your thought? You said with that wild, right? You played that wild. I was scared. I was anxious, right? I was thinking, oh man, what if he just has a green, just a random green there? Did you just get based on looking back at card history and all of that? You
Yeah,
just had a feeling he just didn't have that green. I would think. And even the
I
same with the
had to just
second
gamble,
Uno.
man.
Even the second Uno he got with that check, right? That blue. You just kind of had a feeling. It seemed like.
I just had to take the chance, DJ. I figured, he didn't have any green. The card history really was juiced on a lot of things in that color. And ultimately, yeah, this series is his if he had the power play. That's the difference, though. Sometimes in these series, you got to make ballsy calls. I said earlier in Game 7 and 8, you're not going to win this series or any type of finale just playing the cookie cutter intermediate strat. You got to go out there. You got to go put some strategy kinks in the armor, and that's what I did right there. But it was risky, but I had to take the chance. And now it's 4-4 on wild +4s, 10. This has been a fair. Somehow for those first couple games wasn't. It was more just he was getting the cards and I was getting the card. But since then, we started to see longer games. That was I felt Plan B, C, D, E game. We got one more game. This is going to be good. I'm hyped, man. This is what you live for as a player in these big moments. So I'm looking for it. You've been along for the ride for all these big moments. It went 9 with Nick. It went 8 with G. It's been a crazy tournament for me. I'm looking forward to it one last time. Let's rock it.
Indeed, it has. I will ask Alan one more thing. On your checks, right? Your Uno checks, were you just hoping KT would pick the wrong number? Were you just hoping for something of the sort, or is that what you were banking on? Because that's what it seemed like when you got those checks. You're just hoping maybe KT guessed wrong. And also, was that +4? Another question to your question. Was that +4 also from your draws? Was that from your draws at all when you were stalled out? Praying for something on a wrong number. The top four I top decked, hand was good, just couldn't close. Yeah, it's just a matter of inches here. And it's been a matter of just a slight hand of card here to peer. We are in for game 11 here. CPU definitely wrong. We'll make note of that, right? They said it getting it done
Definitely
in
wrong.
10, so they had KT winning in 10. But we've got a 5-5 matchup. KT with one power play. Make note of that to peer. Andreas Allen with nil.
And
I know we've been talking about it, but you have to kind of talk about it again and again and again because that plays an important factor in how you can approach this game.
oh, absolutely. And like we said, if you're Allen and this is now match point, you can't risk having two power plays. One is manageable. We've seen people not necessarily blunder, but rather just burn power plays in a defensive play. So if you're Allen, you want to just have the one available and then the rest you can play out. So I think for Allen, it's going to be a little easier time now trying to close this one out. KT, of course, still having the advantage having a power play. It's going to be easy for him. But here we go, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching the runway. Here we go, starting off with 9. This is it. Tournament 4 coming to a close here on MRE. Starting off with the yellow 7. Allen switching to green right away. As soon as the bot wakes up.
Still
Here
got a
we go
case of the
now, starting
Mondays.
on green.
The bot's got a case of the
Still
Mondays
a
still.
case of the
Still a
Mondays.
case of the
Yeah.
Mondays. Green 5 over another quick switch. I've noticed this time and time again. There's always a quick color switch with these two players here, Tapir.
Absolutely. Once again, you're trying to get some sort of advantage over your opponent. Maybe it's the little mind games, just trying to rattle them just enough to where they will maybe fumble one or two. And like we know from prior matches, one fumble and it may as well be game over. This is a game of micro margins, always have with players of this caliber. Definitely can't risk any more mistakes or just minor inconsistencies here as we go to a double play.
Yeah, nice little
KT
double
switching
play
over to the
indeed.
background red 8.
Yep, a nice little double play indeed. A skip over to a 7. We'll go up one to an 8. Here's a wild play here, though, Tapir. I'm interested to see where this is how this will elongate. How long are they gonna stick to the green? But both are sitting near that end zone. Just like that. Allen at 4. KT should be at 5 now, obviously, just playing that green 3. But they're getting real close already.
Both very close. Either one could strike at any one point. Interestingly enough, we have had no
Oh,
yellow and no blue.
a draw here to green 5,
KT
though.
having been out at this point,
Allen, I think, would have a
Allen has a
number.
chance to run. If he's got any more green,
Typing
he
long. He's
might just
typing
be
long.
juiced on green, and he's going to have to switch over
Ooh,
to yellow.
good call.
Very, very
Switch over to
gutsy here.
yellow, but called it on the yellow here. I'm interested to see, is this what KT wants?
KT's going to have to think about this, right? Because there it is. Yep,
Whoa.
there's going to be a +4.
All that glitters is gold for
And
KT. Triple punch to Allen here. 2 plus 2s and a 4.
you've got to, right?
Oh,
Because
for
any
sure.
double play and it's lights out for KT. You've got to make that play.
Can't take that
So
risk.
very well done. Yep, Allen now down to 7. He's now playing catch up. KT down to 3.
In a good range. Thing
Still, I
is,
believe,
gotta worry. Gotta
still the
worry.
power play, I believe.
Red
He's going to
Wild.
go for the red.
Mmm. Well, he
Is he
couldn't use
now
power
making
play
a move
there. Would have
here?
left him vulnerable. So, but here, if Allen
No,
doesn't
but he
have an
can
action
now.
cards, he can now. The thing is, you just gotta wonder what Allen's gonna put right back. Yeah, like that.
There it
Like
is.
that.
+2.
Because if he just played a number, that probably would have been game over. That likely would have been game over if he didn't have any ammo. But he had ammo there.
100%. 100% lights out. KT now with 4, still slightly in the lead. He's got the possession arrow. He's got a power play. Seems to have DJ, I would think, a couple more tricks up his sleeve and more tools. Let's see how he makes use of them.
Yeah, this is a little bit of thinking time here. On the thinking chair for KT right now. He sits at 4. Allen at 5. So just a slight card advantage for the time being, though. This is big. This is a grandiose moment. Here we go. KT's typing. What does he have? He will use the power play here.
He's
The
gonna
final
burn that
power play
thing.
in the final game of this series. Could this be the dagger here? Here we go.
Let's go, baby.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
He said let's go. That already
Let's-
Is
tells
it
the
here?
tale.
Ladies
Just got
and
to be
gentlemen, this is
careful.
your let me take this one, boys. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We started this journey in North New Jersey. That's where my home airport is. Then we went over to Illinois in O'Hare Airport. We took care of business against that. We flew right over to Ohio and took care of the Buckeyes down there. Then after that, it was Texas and Pro Art in Austin. We went back to North New Jersey with G. Then we flew across the pond to England. And Alan, he's on vacation. But we have the best jet set July. Pro Art, hit the triple. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Triple. As soon as it loads in. Come on. There we go, baby. Let's go. That's 3. Oh, man.
Here it goes.
Let's go,
It's gonna
baby.
be KT taking it down.
Oh
Gotta be.
man. All that glitters is gold. The deliciousness has landed with a full course meal of some +4s, a couple threes, and a nice soul power play to wrap things up here for the series and for this tournament. It has been a tumultuous journey for KT, but by golly, has he earned this tournament. Allen will unfortunately end up just short here, but what a series here. KT has found the landing strip here. He has landed successfully. The triple is complete. What a time to be here for MRE. What a time indeed here to appear. What a game. What a game. What a series, honestly.
I just had
Peak
to do
cinema,
something
my
special
man.
there, DJ.
This is what we come for.
But real quick, not to cut you off, I had to do something
Go
special
ahead,
that last.
KT.
I
Yeah, you
just had
take this.
special, man. I mean, I just knew he was gonna be extreme. Two wilds. I'm just thinking, Jesus, this guy's getting way too aggressive. I don't know. I think I just had to just be aggressive too to counter back. But his ultimately that +2 gave me another +4 at that rate. I got to take that run. And I know that wasn't the best last game, but geez, man, what a series! It means a lot to me, man. You know, just to make it 4 times in the Super League. That I was talking with someone earlier, and Pro, I'll let him talk a little bit, man. But there's a difference between good runs and a dynasty. This is a dynasty era. To win 3 tournaments and all the accolades and a gold medal here, and to do it against one of my buddies like Allen. Everyone thought this would be a good game, and I know he probably feeling it right now. But he won 10 in a row, and I made one crucial play though in that game, and it was a minor play, but I went aggressive on the green that draw on that green. I picked up ironically that wild after I drew, so that gave me some type of leverage. And then once we got that, I said, okay, now it's just just be quiet, be calm, and you're in a good spot. And ultimately, I saved my power plays right, and what a way to win, man. It's been cardiac KT the whole with a K, man. But I guess the old saying goes, and I said it back 3 years ago: you can't spell clutch without K and T, baby. I'll give it to Pro. I want him to say something, then we'll go back. Pro, go ahead, buddy.
Uh, Hey, yeah. Here's the thing. He was had a feeling this was going to be a tough series. KT over here, and Allen proved it. I was I was thinking this was going to be a tough battle for KT, but he prevailed at the end. Got to, but KT gives full respect to Allen, and I bet Allen gets the same respect back. But that was a tremendous series for him.
Indeed, it was. Indeed, it is. You look at this history that KT had, this resume for this tournament. You beat Ed 4-1 in the check-in 64. Tarmac 32, you defeat Ard 4-3. Pretty intense game. And then you beat the one seeded Nick. A lot of higher seeds. He beat today. He beat this in this tournament. Beat Nick 5-4 in season 16. Approach 8, G-Man 5-3, Luke 6-3 in the final four. And here we are from a game 11. Beat Allen in a real blockbuster of a series here. 6-5. Waited to use those power plays at the right time, and boy, did it matter the most here. I suppose I should ask Alan if there was anything you maybe could have done different in this final game. It's all hindsight, I think, with that +2, but I really don't know because that's just a lot of ammunition that's just thrown back at you. I mean, there's nothing you could really. I honestly don't think you could have done much in that final game there. But unless you got other things, unless there's something that I had missed out to Pier that I think that you might know that you observed better than I did. But oh man, that was what a barn burner! Another barn burner game. Tried, wish you had
DJ,
power play back. Go
this
ahead.
is why we yeah, this is why we come for Uno, right? This is peak cinema right here between two veterans, two legends of the league, and KT Allen putting up everything they could to get her done. KT pulling the win out from under Allen. Allen, you know, putting everything he can on the line. Chips are in the middle. The runouts clean for KT. Allen, of course, you know, doing all he can to get it done. But It's going to be KT taking it down. Alan, of course, playing his best game he ever could. Well played to him. Congrats to KT. You know, if there's anyone that can do it, if there's anyone that can pull it off, it's this man right here, and he's just shown once again why that Super League placement is locked up for him. And so, once again, congrats to him. And personally, thank you to all our fans for joining in today. Really appreciate your presence here as always to see once again spectacular matchup between two legends of the league. So well played to both of them. And yeah, that's all I got. So take us home, DJ.
Yeah, I
Hey,
like.
DJ, real
Oh,
quick,
go
man,
ahead.
it's funny. Hey, real quick, it's funny. Back in January,
Yeah, go ahead, KT.
Lamas.
Go ahead, brother.
No, Lamas. I never lost it, baby. But back in January, Yoshi will notice we did a little golfing, a little mini golfing, and I took this picture, and I didn't think it's 8 months later this would actually be a real thing. But there's Jet Set July, baby, on the course. Still got it. I still got it laid back, but. Man, fair play to Allen. He fought so hard today. I just had a gut feeling too. The one thing I will say, looking back in the series, that I really made the difference in, and it's minimal, but was that first win I got on 8. Because the whole series, he had just dominated me on the lower cards, and then he took my 13 away. I don't think I win this series if I don't get those double eights. Basically, that was the ultimate decision to just his decision ultimately put me on the back foot. I just had to win those games. If I don't win those games, we're talking he probably uses a power play somewhere along that line, and we're talking he wins 6-5. It was that close. It was a hell of a fight, but it's on to Miami now, man. There's nothing left to play for. It's on to Miami again, and man, what a series, man. I just got nothing more to say. It's just a classic one here today. Appreciate you boys. Appreciate DJ for all the games, man. That was unbelievable. It's gonna be a long quote. And it's gonna be a long party tonight. I'll tell you this, man. I know I got to go to a D1 meeting tonight, but I'm gonna find something to do, maybe tomorrow or something, to celebrate this one because it took a lot. This run took a lot out of me. It aged me 20 years, but we'll get back in shape tomorrow and whatnot. It was a good series, no doubt.
Oh, for sure. What a again. Yeah, I don't think anybody would want it any other way. I think probably maybe in Alan's case, he'd definitely wanted to come off as the winner. But if you're looking at this in like a neutral perspective, right? If you're watching this as a spectator, this was an absolute blast. It's an honor just to even witness this, even as someone that just commentates it. Yeah, I'm not the best in the game, but man, when you watch all these players with different play styles, how they play, how they operate in this game, it is such a beauty. It is such a work of art to watch these players go head to head. Sometimes the scores won't give it justice, but this one certainly did. This one certainly gave us a whale of a game. Probably one of the best series I've watched in some good time. I've had a lot of good series. This is probably it's the finale. It's as close as you can get. Everybody used their power plays pretty efficiently, right? Not many blunders. It's just good old fashioned Uno. A lot of mind games, a lot of patience, a lot of fades too. That's what I noticed again. A lot from Allen and just so much trickery. But that's what makes the game so beautiful here. Again, everybody that stuck by that has helped with commentate, helped out with co-commentating with me, dealing with whether I'm groggy or not, right, on certain days of the week. No, you guys are amazing. You guys are the foundation for how this game is set up and how it's organized and how this is still a lively community. And man, the landing strip, it was there for KT in this one. He ends up as the big winner. He ends up being the one that has the most successful flight and the trajectory of winning this tournament. So man, I wouldn't want it any other way. I really wouldn't. And again, big thanks to Tapir. I know there was the technical difficulties and the gremlins that plagued, but besides that, though, it's still to have someone that has way more experience than I do, that has a lot, again, crazy lore knowledge in the game than I do. No, it's always an honor to have people beside me, and for all the spectators. Again, you guys are the reasons this game keep going and keeps going. And man, what a series! Again, I gotta say, I can't. It's just loss of words. Lots of words though. But yeah, I mean that should pretty much put this under wraps. Um, one of the founding fathers, basically the founding father, you could say the CEO of this league. He comes out on top in a absolute banger of a series, a best of 11, and KT, he came, he saw, he conquered here. He beats Andreas Allen in a 6-5 cinematic matchup to wrap this tournament up. I'm DJ Curtis, and again, thank you to Pierre for coming alongside. Also, want to thank Voiles for the refing and keeping track of the scoreboard. Don't want to leave you out there. You're just as fundamental for this game. And again, we hope to see you guys for future endeavors here because, oh my goodness, it can't get any better than this. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. Hope your Monday goes well for those that are heading to work or any other endeavors happening later tonight. But as always, hope to see you guys